TV Circles here with an update on December the 1st. So I'm still looking for a major top here, but I don't think we are quite there yet. You see my 4-week cycle, my new updated cycle here in black has a low, but we hardly see any kind of low in the S&P. So I think we have some kind of, call it inversion going on here. But with the cycle being very bullish for this coming week, we are still in the very bullish phase here. I think we should look for a more topping formation here, and then when the cycle has topped, then we could start rolling over. If we add another week and the next weekend, we get to this point, around next weekend. From there on I would be quite bearish, but not that much this coming week. We could break down, but I would prefer to wait a little bit. So let's zoom out. Here's the 3.5-year cycle in red. We have been in this very bullish part of the cycle, this green part, where my trading rules normally say shorting is forbidden, just buy the dips. And normally I would look for a bull market high in this yellow area, normally at the right end of it, and then we have the very bearish red part. However, I did have some scenarios suggesting we could have an early top in this bull market. It could have been in the summer, it can be right now, but I think we should at least expect some kind of a sideways move here into the winter before we really break down. And possibly a higher high in the winter. And if we let's see, if we go to this cycle, which will come very soon, there we are. Here's the 17-week cycle, and we are right now at this cycle top. So market should have some kind of a correction soon, and that may be the bull market high, and then we should have a shoulder around early March or late February. That's a possible scenario, or maybe we will get the bull market high in February, March. We don't know yet. So it's either one of those. And I think the bearish scenario would be something like this. I think a move down now the next couple of weeks, and then a Christmas bounce, and then a New Year breakdown, and then a shoulder in February, March, and then we get the bear market. But I can't really say. It could be the more bullish variant, where we get something like this, and a higher high in February, March. So let's see at some more signals. So this is the daily wavelets for the S&P. This looks kind of messy. I can't really see a good setup here. I can't really say what's going on here. We could break down, or we could go sideways for more topping. I don't get a clear signal from this. But if we look at the VIX, and the signal I get from VIX, the wavelet here is making a low. It's starting to go up, and if the VIX goes up, the S&P should go down soon. And actually I have this projection for the S&P based on the VIX signal, and it suggests this is trading days. The scenario favorizes a top in about 1 week, like in the beginning of the video, the 4-week cycle. And we also have the job numbers on Friday. So if we could go some sideways in some fashion, well, probably with higher highs into the next weekend, then I would get really bearish. in a week's time. That looks like a good setup for a top. And if we look at the hourly data for Dow Jones Industrial, this is a 2-week oscillation low. This was a 2-week oscillation low. And right now this is probably, this can get messed up by the market losing 1.5 trading days last week. So we are now, the next week or weeks, we are in it's always challenging interpreting the cycles when you have these holidays. So we can't really trust what we are seeing here. But at this point, again, just like the daily wavelets, these hourly wavelets look very messy. I can't see clearly what's going on here. And the 2-week oscillation is suggesting we are close to a 2-week oscillation low. If you had these 1.5 trading days, then we would have been just at the expected low. So I think what I would like to see here is something like this: a dip early next week, and then a top around the end of next week, around the job numbers, either before or after. So around Thursday, Friday next week, that would look like a good topping setup for me. Could break down earlier, but no. I think most of what I see is pointing to a topping formation this coming week and a top around next weekend, and then we should break down. And some kind of a breakdown early mid-December, but then we have Christmas, and then we could get a good bounce into New Year, but then early January we should continue down, in my opinion. But all of this could end up being more sideways. That would be the more bullish scenario. We could go mostly sideways into, say, mid-January, and then we are loading up for the last push into a likely bull market high around early March. That's the other more bullish scenario. To make things even more complicated, theoretically we could even make a bull market top around the summer, but we are late or after the midpoint in the 28-year cycle. We should not expect, or we should not see that kind of long and bullish bull market in this part of the cycle, but it's not impossible. If we make a higher high in March with good momentum, no signs of making a top, we could even extend this into the summer. But right now, I don't think it will. At best, we will have a bull market high in February, March. So, next week, let's see. Can we make a sideways topping formation and have a setup for a top around Friday next week? Then we should have a decent correction coming. I don't like it being, in December with the seasonality. Normally we don't get deep corrections in this part of the year, but it happens. So let's see. See you next time.